I don't understand. Sometimes I just don't understand software. Well, hello and welcome and hello. Today is Thursday, which means once again it's vlog day. Thank you so much for joining me again. I'm still working on the lighting. I hope it looks okay. I apologize for not being shaved. I'm so unshaven, but you know it was a busy week, so you're gonna have to give me just a little bit of leeway on that. No matter, today is Thursday, today is vlog day. I'm going to try to keep this to be a little bit shorter of a vlog. I don't have very many first impressions. I certainly don't have a review to stick in the middle of this, but what I do have are contest winner results. The poll has been closed. It closed on Monday. We're going to talk about those results. We're going to talk about beer. I do have some first impressions. As always, there'll be some viewer mail toward the end of the video, But yeah, we're here and we're rocking out and we're vaping in the vape layer, and I'm wearing a shirt that says "Live Slow, Die Old." I have a Duke, and that makes me happy. Vaping donuts, dude. Vaping donuts. Actually becoming a bigger and bigger fan of these as time goes on. They've just been vaping really well, and I'm kind of getting used to the way they feel. They don't crackle and pop when you're using them like a coil or a microcoil would. They're a little bit more mellow, but the performance and the flavor I've been getting from this one, still the same one. I haven't dry burned it or anything. Still really nice. More importantly than that is the beer I'm drinking. So let me get out my vlog notes. Went to the Carson Vape Meet, had a phenomenal meet. Nevada Vapor Supply was there. The company formerly known as Tasty Vapes was there. Bunch of very cool people were there. Just a bunch of very cool people were there. And my good buddy Ricky G, as he has been known to be called. I call him Rick, but evidently here on the internet he's known as Ricky G. He brought me some more St. Bernardus ABT 12 beer, which is one of my favorite beers, if not my favorite beer, just because it's so readily available here in Carson City, and it might not be like that anywhere else, but just it's really available here, and I really like being able to go to Rayleigh's on my way home and get some for the weekend. But I actually got something else. So I bought some of the Samuel Smith oatmeal stout, which is just a really good oatmeal stout. And so I decided, I'm going to compare it to, they had the Rogue oatmeal stout. And I'll post a link in the description if you're interested in this oatmeal stout from Rogue. It's called the Shakespeare Oatmeal Stout. And I actually have it in a Samuel Smith cup, more of a proper looking beer glass. And so I won't get made fun of for having that Chimay goblet, even though it's totally a beer cup. And, you know, there's a few people who know that. Really enjoying this beer. It's really dark. It's just dark as night. What I noticed from this beer is it has a very, very full body on it. It's got a little bit of like hoppy, like bitterness to it, but it's actually kind of like a very slight, like very slightly chocolatey or almost like coffee, like black coffee finish on the end. I've really been enjoying it. So here's to you. And I don't have like a beer and vapor pairing. I've been vaping Strawberry Circus, which is, I know, a weird combination to vape with a very, very dark beer, but that doesn't matter because it's still really good. So yeah, had a very good, very, very good, very fun meet in Carson City. We're having another one on the 8th at Nevada Vapor Supply. I get to see all my vapey Carson-y friends again because it's always really fun times. One small correction. VaporCon West is not happening on May 17th. People keep emailing me and saying, you said June, or you said July 11th and 12th, but it's on the website it says May 17th. It's not May 17th. When you go on to vaporconwest.com. In fact, let's travel there right now. vaporconwest.com. Okay, so now it says tomorrow. Pardon me, Robin. Because I updated the site. Every time I update the site, it changes that date. So May 17th, that was 2013. That's when I created the site. So that's the date that was there. And so now I updated the site again on March 2nd, and now it says 2nd of March. So above that, I put in normal gray text, July 11th and 12th, Reno, Nevada, Peppermill Casino. More information can be found in the links below. So if you want the hotel details, you click on the hotel details. Has everything you need to know. Has a picture of the beautiful Peppermill Resort and Casino in Reno, Nevada, and a link for you to book your rooms at. Have not checked the back end yet to see how many people have booked hotels, but the vendor list is basically full. I'm waiting on one vendor right now. So I've actually started a reserve list of vendors where if another vendor can't, fulfill the obligations or something comes up or they can't make it out here, then that's fine. And I'm going to ask somebody from the reserve list to come up. I was actually just contacted by the Vape-A-Vet people, so I'm hoping that the Vape-A-Vet people will be there. That would be great, I think. I haven't asked Julie yet from Carcass if Carcass will have a presence there, but I would love Carcass to have a presence there. But regardless, that is not March 2nd. That's just the date that I updated the site, and that's going to change periodically as we get closer and closer to the event. The dates are July 11th and 12th, 2014. So moving forward, Tommy G, some guy, I don't know, named Tommy G, emailed me and said, oh, if you're a fan of Clutch, you got to check out this band, Halfway to Gone. So he sent me a link to their musical accoutrement. I don't know what I'm talking about. Their music video. It's great. Oh, man. It's really good. Really great. Really upbeaty. Kind of Zeke-ish. I don't know if you've ever been into Zeke. But it's kind of like that. Really good, really great rock and roll, just upbeat, angry music, and I love it. So thank you, Tommy G, for sending me Halfway to Gone. I'll put a link to that YouTube in the description to the video, as well as an album that I just got that I've been listening to a lot, and I don't know if anyone's really into the death metal, like I'm into the death metal, but there's been a band that's been around for ages called Carcass, and they released a new album a while ago called Surgical Stainless Steel. It's great. I'll put a link in the description to one of their YouTube videos, but I've been sitting at the computer and I was answering a bunch of emails today, and I just had that Carcass album on repeat because it was so good. I'm like, I need to hear that again. It's just really good, really, really, really good Carcassy death metal, which if you're not into that, then ignore the links. Or if you are into it, don't ignore the links. Or if you're not into it and you want to upset somebody, like if your neighbor's being too loud, you just click on some Carcass and turn it way up and be like, now what? Now I'm being just as loud as you are, except I'm listening to death metal. So there you go. I also have one other correction to make, and this is ridiculous. This is one of those things that makes me just question my worldview, and I told this person that. But I've been calling the cotton balls that I use Maximum Hygiene Organic Cotton Balls. I've even been typing it to people. I've been sending people the Amazon link to what I thought was called Maximum Hygiene Organic Cotton Balls. Turns out they're not called Maximum Hygiene Organic Cotton Balls. They're called Maxim. M-A-X-I-M. I've misread or been wrong about. You know what I mean? It might be a little thing, but it's blowing my mind. So I apologize if you've searched for Maximum Hygiene and you weren't able to find these. It's Maxim. M-A-X-I-M. Hygiene Organic Cotton Balls. Damn it. And I had a link in the description to the last video, so I may not put a link in to the next in this video. But yeah, so moving forward, I had a contest in the last vlog, I believe it was, about whether or not I should transition from doing reviews, product review videos and a vlog, or just going straight to an all vlog format. And I just want to clarify, it's not that I would be quitting videos altogether. Okay, I want to clarify why I desired to do this. And I think I said this in the last vlog, but I've been doing videos on YouTube for over 5 years now. And I love shooting the vlog. I actually really look forward to sitting here drinking beer, vaping, talking shop, and shooting the vlog. I really look forward to it. Additionally, it's actually really easy to just set up and shoot. It's actually much easier to edit, and it would free me up a little bit in terms of my social life, in terms of being able to answer emails more in a more timely manner, answering comments and PMs in a more timely manner. But it seems as though the masses have spoken, and it was a pretty close race. Let me get to the pie chart. The poll has been closed, so thank you to everyone that voted. There was something well over 5,000. Every time my that's my alarm that I have set that goes off every night. If this were a work night, that would remind me that I almost have to go to work, that's a bummer sound. 46% said yes, I should move to a completely vlog style entertainment YouTube channel. 54% said no. It was very close, and it was kind of going back and forth for a while, and I'm like, oh, I hope this doesn't end up as like a dead even thing. Like 50% said yes, 50% said no. But out of those 5,000 people, if you voted in that, if you commented on the poll page, or if you commented on that video on YouTube, or even if you sent me an email, I included all of this, and I randomly went through with no rhyme or reason. And here's actually what I did, is I just scrolled around with my eyes closed, and then whoever I ended up on, that was a winner. Very, very scientific way to do things. But yeah, 46% said, yeah, go for it. Just do a vlog. I like the vlogs. Just do the vlogs. And 54% of the 5,000 plus people that voted said no, keep it the way it is. So, in honor of democracy ruling, I will keep it the way it is, at least for the meantime. The only thing is, I'm going to have to be better with my time management. There's a good chance that a lot of emails are not going to be able to be answered. I do my best to at least read every email, if not reply to every email, and it's coming to a point where I'm just not able to do that anymore, especially after it's been like 5 or 6 emails back and forth with the same person. There's a cutoff point. There's a time where I have to say, okay, I have to answer other people. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to be able to reply to every YouTube. I'm not going to certainly not going to be able to reply to every comment, and I'm definitely not going to be able to reply to every single email I get. Just between GrimmGreen, Namber Juice, now VaporCon West, my full-time job, I'm trying to get things organized for Vape Bash. There's just a lot of stuff going on that is requesting my time, including my lovely wife, who's sitting out, in the front room right now with our dog, watching television. So there's a chance, there's a really good chance, I'll say it's a guarantee, that if I continue doing the 3 videos, and this isn't like an ultimatum or anything, if I continue doing the 3 videos every month, my correspondence is going to have to come way, way down. I will do my best to answer as many emails as I possibly can. I will sit here for hours and answer emails, but there's a really good chance that I won't get to a lot of emails. I'm getting over 100 emails every single day. Every single day I'm getting this many emails. And it's not even just like China spam. It's like legitimate people who need legitimate help. And I want to reply to everybody. But it's just going to take too long. It's going to take, a week plus to get back to you. And, if someone emails me and says, hey, I was thinking about, should I go with the Aspire BDC or the Kangaroo Pro Tank 2? Let me know. If it takes me a week to reply to that, chances are they've already bought something, and that my advice or my suggestion won't even be necessary anymore. You know what I mean? So 46% said yes, 54% said no. So we march on, we continue forward, shooting the Monday double feature, shooting the vlog videos. The vlog videos might be a little bit more sporadic as we get closer to Vape Bash, and we're planning things for VaporCon West. But again, I'll do my best to upload one every single week. There's a burp coming right now. I can feel it. Pardon me. Robin, do you know what's in the news? So yeah, the poll has been closed. The winners have been chosen. For the VTR, who's going to win the VTR? Well, I'll tell you. It's a man named Tony. Tony Pyres. P-I-R-E-S. Tony Pyres. Maybe I shouldn't be saying your full name. Tony Pyres. Please email me, nick@grimmgreen.com, and you'll need to prove somehow that it's yours. I have some proof here. I have your Facebook, and we can go from there. Coolfire 2, a man named Lucas Danger Hunt. You have the Coolfire 2. I also have a link to your Facebook. I'm probably just going to message you guys instead of making you message me. That way there's no confusion as to who the real winner is. Jam?
Guess what?
I heard you coming a mile away. What?
I stomp so you know I'm coming.
Oh, you stomp on purpose.
Yeah. Listen, you want to hear the best news of the decade?
This is the best news of the decade. What's the best news of the decade?
I'm pregnant!
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. Listen.
Why would you say that?
I thought that'd be funny. Listen.
Listening.
There are 3 seasons of An Idiot Abroad.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm so
We've been watching this show, An Idiot Abroad, and it's hilarious. And we just found out there's 3 seasons on Netflix.
Oh,
Well, good job. Yeah, I'm sure you'll have those all watched by the end of the week.
Oh, by the end of the night, Pumpkin.
By the end of the night, she's going to rip through 3 seasons of this show.
Well, I only have 2 left.
You've already watched a full season?
Yes.
She's a crazy person.
I'm not crazy. When you married me, what does that say about you?
Well, then I'm a crazy person that marries crazy people.
Well, listen, I know you're in the middle of a vlog, but can you come here and hug me?
No, honey. Come on.
Give me a love. I love you, honey.
I love you too. Bye.
Bye.
She's you just want to eat her up. So yeah, so I will contact the winners. I will contact you, Tony. I will contact you, Lucas. And last but not least, it was the Coolfire version 1, Lindsay Smith. I will contact you as well. All I'll need is all your shipping information, and we'll ship these out as soon as possible. It's like a Inokin giveaway craziness. VTR, Coolfire version 2, Coolfire version 1. Hope you guys enjoy the prizes, and thank you for your feedback. And honestly, thanks to everyone for their feedback. You know, it's good to just be in contact with, you know, the people that you know. I'm trying to do these videos, and I want it to be the best product possible. You know, on the YouTubes, I want to be the best. I want to have the best product, and so it's good. And I really like this micro poll setup, and I think I might do another poll for another giveaway later down the road. I'm trying to think of something that I could poll, like a yes or no type of thing, like should I cut off my goatee and go clean shaven so I just look like a beluga whale? Like, I don't like the neck on this shirt. It's freaking me out. Anyway, moving forward, one last little bit of news before I get into some first impressions. Mr. Greg Connolly retweeted this, and if you're not hip to Greg Connolly, you should be hip to Greg Connolly, because he is helping us fight vaping regulations basically at every turn. The guy's a machine. He's amazing. He had posted on his Twitter that the FDA's deeming regulations that were supposed to have come out like a year ago, and then they were supposed to come out again in October. Evidently, they have been submitted again. These FDA deeming regulations for vaping and electronic cigarettes and liquid and batteries and everything was rejected for being too restrictive. Can you imagine what the FDA wanted? I would love to read that. Just that here's what we should do, and then the White House going, that's too restrictive. Could you imagine what they wanted? They probably wanted all of it just gone, like no e-liquid anywhere, no batteries anywhere, no atomizers anywhere. All you get is the views. That's all you get. That's all we're allowed to vape is the views. I would love to know how far they went, that they went, no, this is too restrictive for vaping. Anyway, that should buy us some time to grow, to make noise, to be loud, to write your congressman, to write the FDA. Maybe AIMSA can have another sit down with the FDA in that time, and that can help move us forward. But I didn't bookmark the exact tweet for some reason. I just remember seeing it. Greg Connolly posted it. You should follow Greg Connolly on Twitter. But he posted that the deeming regulations were rejected, so that's going to get us a little bit more time so that we can organize and regroup and just fire back with all the facts. I mean, every day there's more articles and more studies and more this and more that, more brick and mortar stores opening and more YouTube videos going up and more people converting to vaping. And I think there is strength in numbers, and I think we are those numbers, and we can make a difference. And that's enough. It's enough of the Tony Robbins style speeches. Want to do some first impressions with me? I think so. First impressions. I actually only have one first impression, which is weird. I guess I actually have two. Electric Angel, not Elegant Angel, but Electric Angel. Many years ago, actually 1 year ago, they released the EA mod, which was a GG style mod. It was a telescoping mod with a button right here. It was like a pinky button, right, that you press down. Loved it, thought it was great. I actually took it to Vape Bash last year and used it the whole time. Well, they have a new attachment for that particular mod. They have a kit, right, that you can convert your EA mod from that pinky style GG switch, Robin, to a bottom button style switch. It comes with this little metal disc that you screw into where your old switch was, and then you put this one on the bottom, and it's a bottom switch that locks, unlocks, locks, unlocks, right? And they happen to send along what I believe to be, I don't know why they didn't just do this. It seems like it would have been a better idea just to have a whole new, there are a lot of threads on this, a whole new like bottom piece, you know what I mean? So you didn't have to cover up your previous hole. You could have just had a new bottom piece and a new bottom switch, right? And that goes on the EA mod. Well, they sent me a new bottom piece, a new middle piece, a new top piece, and a new bottom switch. And this is its own mod. It's called this isn't the most creative name on the earth. And some people have really creative names for their mods, like the Odachi or the Duke or the Veto, or they call their atomizer the Patriot, right? Or the Shockwave, or the Pizza Baron, things like that. This mod is strangely called the EA-B mod. Okay. It's just called the EA mod B, and the B stands for bottom button. Shouldn't it be the EA-BB? EA-B mod bottom button. It's not the most creative name in the world, but it is essentially their EA mod with a bottom button. So while it's not creative, it is completely accurate, and I have been loving this. Loving this, loving this, loving this. And then someone pointed out to me something that's kind of depressing. Currently using this with a what I believe to be an Omega clone. And the only reason I think it's a clone is because the build quality is kind of it's a little junky. This airflow just, I mean, I've never had a real Omega, but this airflow just spins on here like crazy. And it's a little bit thin and kind of a little bit junky. And then I have a clone of like, one of those angled tailpipe drip tips on there. Dual coil vape donuts in here. And, pardon me, a lot of burping going on tonight. Really, really like this button. Really, really like this button so far. Time is going to tell on this one, because the reason I'm depressed about it is because someone pointed out, oh, well, the button itself is not user serviceable. You can't take it apart to clean any sort of contacts or replace any sort of springs when they eventually go bad. If and when they go bad, it's not user serviceable at all. And I'm like, oh, it has to be, right? It's really not. And kind of bums me out a little bit that it's not user serviceable. It seems like you should be able to take this apart, replace the spring if you need to replace the spring, clean the contacts on the inside, because the button, all the contact is happening on the inside. So this part touches your battery, but on the inside of this switch, there's two contacts touching. And inevitably, over time, those are going to become dirty or corroded or, scorched maybe from like an arc flash or something, or whatever happens in your switch. It would be nice to get in there. And time's going to tell to see what happens. But so far, I really like this. I love that it's flush and you can just set it down without having to lock it. It does lock, but you can set it down without having to lock it. You can set it on your desk, won't fire at all. Yeah, let's have some vapor since I haven't had some in a while. The dual vaping donuts are quite nice. This is a green Sony 30 amp battery in here as well, because both of these together come to about 0.3 ohms. Anyway, I have been enjoying this button, but this is one of those things where I wanted to do a first impressions now, so in a month or 2 months, when I finally get around to doing a video for this, we can see how well the button has held up, because it's not user serviceable. So it's going to be one of those, we're going to have to wait and see how long it holds up, and I'll be interested myself. And if it keeps holding up, if it keeps firing, it keeps firing, it keeps firing, like a year down the road, then I'll have to do another follow-up video and be like, EA button still working, but by then they'll have something else out. So that's the EAB bottom button mod, and I'll have a link in the description to it. And I feel another burp coming on, so I apologize. Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I can feel it. Oh, also for those asking, before I get into the other first impression, my tattoo healed well, really well. This is mostly for Mark, but it's Jafar from the Lion King, from Aladdin. It's Jafar right there. See the guns? Been going to the gym. That's Jafar. Healed up really nice. There's one rough spot kind of right here and another rough spot kind of down here. It's still a little bit tender, actually, from that scab. But otherwise, the whole thing healed up rockingly good. And I think Scar from the Lion King is going to go here. I'm not really sure. I'm not really looking forward to tattooing that area. But what do you want to do? I mean, what are you going to do? If you want to get tattooed, you have to deal with it. Have to earn your marks. So this came in the mail just today, and I don't remember exactly where it came from, because I'm a jerk, because I have a terrible memory and I need to write things down. I believe I was contacted on Facebook about it. Shout out to John Moore. See you at Vape Bash. I'm excited about hanging out with him again. No, not EA. No, that's not Bubba Gus. That's not what I'm looking for. No, I don't remember who this came from, because I'm a jerk. This came from somebody. I believe it came from somebody on Facebook. This is a Gus. Okay? This is the telescoping Gus. And this literally just arrived today. And I've used a lot of mechanical mods, so I'm familiar with the idea of having a top contact that you need to screw in to make contact with the atomizer, and that you can adjust as well by, so it touches the battery okay. I have not got this thing to fire yet. I've tried button top batteries. Nope. Tried flat top batteries. Nope. I tried button top batteries upside down. Nope. Tried flat top batteries upside down. Nope. Can't get it to fire at all. The switch is unlocked. I can press it. I can lock it like this and not press it. And then I can unlock it and press it. Nothing. I can't get it to fire at all, and it's driving me insane. If you have a Gus, like the telescoping Gus, and there's some trick I'm missing, there's some real simple thing that I'm just missing and I don't know what it is, please let me know, because I'm drawing a blank. I want to vape this thing so bad, and I can't do it. It won't fire at all. Otherwise, it's a amazing size. I mean, this holds an 18650 battery at this size, right? This holds an 18650 battery at this size. See how much bigger around and taller that is? I mean, it's an amazing size little mod, and I'm looking forward to using it someday when eventually I can figure out how to get it to fire. So I'm asking you, the viewer, if you have a Gus, the telescoping version, and I'm doing something wrong, I can't get it to fire. It's a nice looking mod. It seems pretty well built, and I like the little throw on the button there. Can't get it to fire. I'm dying to use it. Bumming me out. Can't get it to fire. Next up, it's time for viewer mail. Viewer mail. All right. Well, I have the first question. This comes to me via YouTube. A guy named Braden. Hey, Nick, I was wondering if you have the ZNA Zen mod yet. I don't. I haven't seen many video reviews on it. I know Phil has one, and it in his queue to be reviewed. Okay. Out of everybody, you're my favorite, and I have been since I have started vaping. Thank you. If you do have it, when will the review be up? It looks super sweet, and I have made it on my list as my next non-mech mod. Please keep up the good work. Keep on vaping. I don't have a ZNA mod. I saw it. I did a little post on GrimmGreen.com. I'm excited about it. I will be going to Vape Bash with the hopes of purchasing said Zen ZNA mod. No matter the drama that happened. I want to buy one, absolutely. It seems like they've just always been out of stock. I know Steam Monkey is carrying them, as well as Electronic Sticks, and haven't been able to find them in stock. And as soon as I do, I will absolutely purchase one. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that they have them at Vape Bash, because I would like to buy one at Vape Bash. So that's all I have to say about that. Sorry, Braden, I don't have one yet, but I will hopefully have one soon, or in April. If they have them at Vape Bash, like I said, I will buy one. It does look like a very cool mod. This comes from Austin. I am new to vaping, and I am looking to upgrade. I have a Vision spinner and a couple of different basic tanks. I keep getting a burnt feeling or taste. What kind would you recommend? My friend has a K100 Pro he's trying to sell. I've seen you videos and would appreciate any advice you have. Time to respond. Vision spinner battery is not a bad battery to have at all, because it has a 510 connection on it. You can use different tanks on it. One thing you might want to look at is either the Aspire BDC Clearomizer or the Aspire Nautilus tank. I've had great success with the Aspire Nautilus tank, especially on something like a Vision spinner. You can set it to like 4 volts and just fill it up and vape the crap out of it. I think it would be a really good vape for you. By saying that your friend is selling a K100, I'm assuming that means he's trying to sell it to you. One thing to remember about mechanicals is they are unregulated devices, which means that you are still at the mercy of a slowly dying battery. With regulated mods like the Duke, I can put two 18650s in the Duke, I can set my wattage to whatever I want to set it to, and for the entire life of the batteries, it will maintain that wattage. That's what a regulated mod like the Duke does. Something like this, like I just talked about, the mechanical, like the EAB mod, right off the charger, you're going to get about 4.2 maybe volts at the most. 4.1 volts is a little bit more normal. But over the course of the life of the battery, it's going to drop. It's going to drop sharply at first from about 4 volts to about 3.7 volts within, depending on how old your batteries are, you know what I mean, a couple of hours, maybe an hour. And then it's going to settle down at about 3.6 volts for the majority of its life. So if you have a rebuildable or a Pro Tank or something on it, and right off the charger at 4 volts, it's hitting really well, and then as soon as your voltage drops down, it's hitting less and less and less well, that's because it's an unregulated mod. And that's what the K100 is. It's a mechanical, unregulated mod, so you have to remember that you're just getting the voltage off of the battery. There's no way to adjust it up or down, and it's going to slowly drop as the battery life, as the battery drains, that voltage is going to slowly drop. So that's just something to keep in mind there. Austin. Got one last one. Don't want to make this run too long. Comes from a guy named Renz, R-E-N-Z, Renz. Hi again, just wanted to ask if a torch lighter is really needed for microcoil building, because I have ready set my mind on building them instead of regular build. No, it's not completely necessary at all. It's the easier way to do it is you wrap a tight coil, you pinch it in some preferably insulated tweezers, and then you torch it with a little torch while holding the coils all touching together. You do that a couple times, and then when you take the tweezers off, you'll have a perfect microcoil. Another way to do it is to make a regular coil, scrunch it together a little bit, attach it to your rebuildable atomizer, fire until it glows red, and then as soon as you take your finger off the fire button, you squeeze it together with some tweezers. Fire it up again, squeeze it. Fire it up again, squeeze it. That's the way that I've been doing microcoils, and I find it easy and straightforward to do. That's how I do microcoils on my K-Fun, is I'll just wrap a coil, attach it, fire it until it glows, and as soon as I take my finger off the button, I'll just pinch them together a little bit with some tweezers, let go, fire it again, pinch them together a little bit with some tweezers, and that will also create that microcoil effect that everybody seems to love. But I'm honestly not a huge fan of the microcoils anymore, and I don't know why that is. I feel like I get better performance and better flavor as well as juice flow inside of the K-Fun using just traditional coils. That's what I have right now on this Castle rebuildable atomizer, is just twisted 29 gauge. It's just regular spaced out coils, and I feel like they work great, just as good, if not better than microcoils. Top notch, tip top. Well, thank you everybody for joining me, for hanging out with me for a vlog. I'm not sure what I have coming up next week for the Monday double feature. I believe I'm going to bump up the Odachi Hybrid, because that's not mine, and I've had it for a while, and I need to send it back to from whom I borrowed it. So I think I'm going to bump that up in the review queue. The Odachi might do the Mecha as well from Leo. I was just using it. Might do that. Might be a toss-up between that and... Might be a toss-up between that and the Gnome. Not really sure. Think I might go with the Mecha. Next week, you might see an Odachi video and you might see a Mecha video for the Monday double feature. Once again, thank you everybody for joining me. Thank you so much everybody that voted in the poll. That was incredibly helpful, incredibly insightful. And to the winners, I will be messaging you probably tonight. Tonight I shoot this on Monday. I'll be messaging you Monday night. So you might even have your prizes by the end of the week. Oh, fingers crossed if I'm not lazy. And I do have to go to the post office for a lot of other reasons. So hopefully I can get those in the mail ASAP. Sorry for pounding on the table, but that's what I got. How long was this one? 40 minutes. No big deal. Thank you, everybody. Just so much for watching. And as always, let me grab my Duke. Let's keep on vaping. Yeah. Look at that one nostril action right there. Did you see that? That was amazing.